Hey Leah, you missed a few things since you were gone. You just started following me this year, and you missed my whole healing journey where I found unconditional love. I'll be honest, I didn't think it existed either until it smacked me right in the face. So I've talked about this a lot. I have a playlist called Love Makes Life Listen, hashtag to go with it too. I think where people get confused is the action that we take when we love someone, or the relationship that's connected to love. So if I say I love someone unconditionally, I'm saying that they can do anything they want to me, they can walk all over me, I'll still be in a relationship with them, and they can really just get away with whatever. But that's not unconditional love for the self. Unconditional love requires that we love ourselves first, that we set good boundaries for ourselves. If we're not first loving ourselves and we're trying to love other people, then we're only loving them to get them to love us. I wrote a poem about this last year, and it's in my book called Conduit. I said, we are a conduit for love. You are a conduit for love. Love flows into you and then out of you and into those around you. You are not the source of love, but the source of love has found you. So basically, whatever love you're trying to put out into the universe, you're doing that to try to get love back. That's why you think it can't be unconditional, because unconditional love would require you giving love and not expecting any in return, which is something you can't do if you don't already have that love within yourself first. You can't give love that you don't have. The best you could do is put on a facade of love, pretend at love to try to get some in return. So I would argue that any love that isn't unconditional isn't actually love. It's playing at love. 144 on my timer confirms. Anytime that you're expecting to get love in return, then you're not loving unconditionally. And if it's not unconditional, it's manipulation, solicitation. But here's the beautiful part. When you have poured into yourself so completely that you're overflowing and you have a surplus to give, that's when you can give unconditionally, because you don't need any of that returned. If I'm giving from my surplus and I feel great in and of myself before I've given, then I don't need anything back from you. I'm not hurt at all if you're not loving me back. I'm not wounded at all. Now, again, this has nothing to do with actually being in a relationship with me. I don't unconditionally relate with people. To have a relationship with me, there is some condition there. You have to show up to that relationship as well as I do. We have to relate, we have to connect, we have to work together to create this situation together to make it work. But the love that I experience for you has nothing to do with us being in a relationship. That experience is for me. It's all inside me. I love myself unconditionally. There is nothing I can do that can make me not love me. And from that starting point, there's nothing anyone else can do to make me not love them. They can make me not want them in my life, but they can't make me unlove them. They can't make me not care for them. As for parent to child, I see a lot of parents not unconditionally loving their children. I see children every day having to jump through hoops to please their parents. And I've worked with all kinds of people with all kinds of attachment wounds that say parents are not unconditionally loving their children. All of these people with childhood wounds, inner children that need inner child healing now. So it doesn't even fly between parent and child. It's not unconditional love there either. Here's my summary of unconditional love. Unconditional love does not mean you can do whatever you want to me and I'll take it. It means you can do whatever feels right to you and I'll be okay. It means I'm not looking to you to fill any holes in me. So you can do whatever you need to do to meet your own needs. And if it hurts me in some way, then I know how to love myself enough to set up boundaries and to enforce those boundaries. I love myself enough to get to the root of that hurt and see if I can heal it. Unconditional love says, I understand why you did what you did. Even though it hurt me, I understand where you're coming from. And I can hold space for your woundedness while I'm protecting myself. And it means if you don't want to be in this relationship anymore, that's okay. I release you. I can detach because I love myself first. I have absolute unconditional love for me, which then gives me the grace to extend that to everyone else around me. I'm so glad you're following me again. You got a lot to catch up on.